I would like to start this video with a quote by Edmund Burke. He said, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing." In this video, I'd like to discuss what this means to us as a white minority living in South Africa. In my previous audio that I released a day ago, I asked a question of the people who are taking care of everything they should, except for their own safety and that of their families. These people are the good people who are doing everything they can to make a living. People who are hell-bent on earning enough money to provide their families with as much luxury as they can afford. They live for their nice houses, their nice clothing, the boat or jet ski and adventure bike in the garage, and their annual holidays, of course. Because their children are not able to go out of their driveway gate to play on the pavement out of fear of being kidnapped, robbed or worse, so they buy them as much crap as possible to make up for it. These kids have grown up knowing nothing else but being entertained under fluorescent lights in entertainment centers at shopping malls and in their bedrooms sitting behind their PlayStations and Xboxes, etc. What these kids need most is to know what life should be like for them and why they cannot have that life. If a parent concentrated on educating their kids about this, and now this is the big one, if they assigned some of their attentions and allocated some of their money, time and personal effort to doing whatever they can to create the kind of environment for their children to grow up in, they might find that their world actually started to change. I recently watched an extremely interesting video by Mark Passio, and thanks to the gentleman who sent me the link to this video. In this video, Mark discussed what he calls natural law, which is basically just practicing universal morality. It boils down to not doing anything that might be harmful to another living being, and putting an immediate end to any actions by others that might harm others. Nothing more, nothing less. If I look at this in the South African context, and as it pertains to the quote above by Edmund Burke, which I'll repeat now, "The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing." Those that sit by, no matter how hard you work to provide your family with all the luxuries you can afford, no matter how much fun you have on weekends, drinking and getting pissed with your friends, on a Saturday night at the braai, behind your security fences and armed responses, etc., if you are not doing something tangible to stop what is happening to you, your family, your neighbors, and the rest of your people in this country, then you are complicit in what is happening to them all, including your kids. If you are doing nothing, you are partially responsible for every farmer and his family who get murdered in the most horrific ways you can think of. You are partially responsible for every person that gets hijacked and shot on our roads every day. You are partially responsible for every farm that gets taken in either a land grab or so-called expropriation. You are partially responsible for every woman that gets brutally raped every single day. You are partially responsible for everything happening in this country because you are doing absolutely nothing to stop it. In fact, you are aiding and abetting criminal behavior by doing nothing. These people are the cowards of society. They are the cowards among us. This brings me to what I consider to be the difference between being uneducated and being ignorant. In this context, to me, being uneducated is simply not having been exposed to the knowledge. Example, if you live in the middle of nowhere and are totally oblivious to what is happening in South Africa, then you would simply be uneducated. Unfortunately, there's not a single white in this country who is older than about, say, 11 years old, who has not been exposed to what is going on here for the last 25 years. If you fall into this category and are one of those with the attitude that as long as you are experiencing a good standard of living and have not been directly affected by the situation, you will keep ignoring what is happening to everyone around you, you are responsible. You are responsible for what is happening here, just as the perpetrators of these criminal and savage acts are. We all know what they are capable of. We all know what their methods are. We all know that they will not change. Yet, you still choose to ignore it. You, sir, or you, madam, are not uneducated. You are ignorant and a coward. You are practicing escapism so as not to face the reality of the situation. You are not only a traitor to your people, you are a traitor to your own family, to your own children, because you are purposely not fulfilling your role as a parent to ensure a future for your children. You are replacing that responsibility to your children and to your fellow white brothers and sisters with the excuse that you work your ass off to provide them with all the luxuries they have. It's an excuse, that's all. You are using it as an excuse so as not to face the reality, and in so doing, you are being a coward. What good is it to provide your child with more food than they need, more toys than they need, more clothing than they need, etc., only to have them face possible death somewhere down the road at the hands of some savage who has as much regard for their life as they have for the life of a rat, because you did not fulfill your parental role to do what is morally right in the first place. I'm not here to judge anyone, but when or if the time comes, I will fight to save as many of my people as I can, including you. What I can't fathom out is how you sleep at night. You are failing your family, you are failing your children, and you are failing your people. I guess you have to be a special kind of person to go through life and have no conscience about being a traitor to your people and a coward. I say traitor because if you know about an injustice or evil act taking place and do nothing to stop it, you are an accomplice to that injustice or evil act. This is a common behavior amongst us that we need to change as soon as humanly possible, or we are not going to get through this. To put it bluntly, if you are one of these people being a coward traitor to your family and people, you are effectively handing down a death sentence to your own children, your own friends, your family, and your own people. You are so scared of losing the luxuries you have that you are willing to sell out your kids, sell out your family, sell out your people down the road to keep your possessions and luxuries. What you don't realize is that by doing nothing, you will lose everything you have, no matter what you do after that. If you're not willing to stand up and fight for what is yours, for what is ours, for what is right, please do not say that you love your children. No parent who is not willing to fight for the future of his children can say they love them truly. You are fooling yourself. You do not even love yourself. You are a slave to the luxuries and the lifestyle you have right now. You are a slave to the rugby on a Saturday. You are a slave to the braai and the alcohol that goes with it. You are a slave to the TV and the crap that you watch on it. I'm not saying you should give up all of this and go and live in a grass hut somewhere and spend your life fighting. What I am saying is that you should be devoting some of your funds, some of your time, and some of your efforts to securing a future for your children and the children of your people, because once you are gone, there is nothing you can do for them. They will be left at the mercy of others with the same attitude you have right now, and guess how much help they will get from them? Yes, you guessed it, none. If they are not equipped for it, they will not get through it. What I have said here is pretty harsh, but maybe being harsh is what it is going to take to get you to start thinking, because thinking is something we have decided not to do. Why? Because thinking about it causes us to face reality, and reality is not what we want to see. There is no getting away from it though. Your inactivity is nothing but complicit cowardice, no matter which way you look at it. There is no excuse that could ever excuse selling your children out. I'd like to end this video and leave you with this quote by Thomas Paine. If there must be trouble, let it be in my day, that my child may have peace. I'll say that again. If there must be trouble, let it be in my day, that my child may have peace. If you got any value from this video, please like and share it on other platforms. It's the only way that my message gets out. If you have not subscribed to my channel, now would be a good time to do it. While you are at it, click on the bell icon to get notifications of my future uploads. If you would like to support my channel, I've provided for both local and as well as international subscribers to make a contribution. I've also provided a Bitcoin as well as a Litecoin wallet address for those that prefer to make a crypto contribution. To those who have supported me, I say a huge thank you. Be safe out there. Until next time.